Hey guys, welcome to another video of Sense Saga. This is Deep, and in this video, we are talking about perfumes for the Valentine's Day. Since Valentine's Day is around the corner, I feel that you might have got two questions for me. One, what should be the best perfume that you should wear for your Valentine's Day date? And the second question will be, what is the best perfume that you can gift to your partner for the Valentine's Day? And in this video, I wanted to answer both of those questions. Consider this as a wear and share edition of Valentine's Day. So without wasting any more time, I will get started with my recommendations for the perfumes that I feel can be great either for you to wear or a great option for you to gift. The video is going to be divided into two parts. First, I'm going to cover the perfumes that you can wear. Then I will go on to the perfumes that you can gift, okay? So rather than just suggesting you perfumes, I thought that I should talk about the DNA and then recommend you a few perfumes across different budgets. So it's easy for you to go with one that suits your style, personality and everything, clubbed together. So to start off with the list, I'm gonna go with my two budget-friendly favorites that I feel are great if you reside in an area which has got moderate to cold temperature during this month of February. And the perfumes that I recommend are Whipped and Buttercream, both coming from the house of Westside. The brand of the perfumes are Studio West. This is available in Westside. In case you have a Westside store near you, you can go ahead and check them out physically. In case you don't, you can order them online as well. These are 30 ml bottles and these are available for only 295 rupees, making them super budget friendly. And the smell structure is just top notch. According to me, these falls under the gourmandish category of perfumes, and Whipped is my personal favorite while Buttercream is Chandrima's favorite. Whipped smells like cookie dough with a buttery smell, a little bit of sweetness, and this just makes you hungry, okay? I mean, this perfume just smells like when you enter a bakery, the kind of rich aroma that you get from the melted butter, the caramels and the muffins being freshly baked. It seems like that. And Studio West Buttercream is just a tad bit less sweeter and it has got a lemon accord, making it seem like a lemon tart. I just love the smell of these two. And I personally feel that during your Valentine's Day, if the date is in the evening and you are wearing them, you can't go wrong, okay? The only caveat to this is you have to like a little bit of sweet perfume. These are not super sweet, which will basically choke you or claw you, but at the same time, they smell really nice. And for the budget that they come at, they are really, really incredible. So these are my opening recommendation, which is Whipped and Buttercream from Westside, selling for only 295. The next perfume that I want to talk about is basically, not only the perfume, I want to talk about the DNA as well. This is Rasasi Havas. In case you can get a Rasasi Havas, because as of now it's selling for around 2,600 to 3,000 rupees. If you can afford that pricing, go for Rasasi Havas. This is a decan that I got from Santira. I don't have a full bottle because I already have a lot of in the same DNA of perfume, so I don't want to invest in a full bottle, but that's a really good option. It has got that Invictus DNA. It is sweet, it's bubblegummy, it's aquatic, it's fresh, and it smells really good. Female usually give a lot of compliment to this particular smell structure, and I feel if you have the budget, you can go for a Havas, which can be a perfect date perfume for you, which you can wear in the day as well as the evening. Just you have to keep one thing in mind. It cannot be a very high heat weather, because say for an example, your date is during the daytime and it's an afternoon date or something and the weather is pretty harsh and high heat, then avoid this perfume. But for moderate weather, for cold weather, this can be a really good choice. Evening, daytime, doesn't matter. Rasasi Havas will not go wrong. But in case you don't have the budget to go for Rasasi Havas, I have got two options for you. First one, I will only recommend this to somebody who has a really strong budget crunch and can't spend more than 350 rupees for a 100 milliliter bottle, which is Wildstone Edge. This smells a bit like Rasasi Havas. It has got that same bubblegummy sweetness, but it's not 100% clone of Havas, but it will get you near to that same DNA. The only problem with this perfume is it's harsh in the opening, because you are getting a 350 rupees 100 milliliter bottle. So you have to compromise on the quality. And also the longevity of this perfume is only 3 to 4 hours max when applied on the clothes. So you need to top it up. But I feel that since the perfume is so cheap, you can just top it up if you want to. This is a small tester that I bought, but the bigger bottle is available for 350 rupees for 100 milliliter. Even sometimes it sells cheaper. Now, if you are above 25, I will not recommend you this perfume. If you are going in the daytime with a very high heat temperature, don't apply this perfume. And if you can't spend more than 350 rupees, but you want the DNA like Rasasi Havas, then and only then go for this perfume. Or else you can get this one. This is Man of the Year Premium from French Factor Perfumes. This is a 30 ml bottle that I have in my hand, but the 100 milliliter bottle sells for only 599, which is 600 rupees. In a previous video of mine where we did a blind test for the Rasasi Havas clones, this came out to be the second one. The good thing about this perfume that I feel is it's around 70% close to the same Invictus or Rasasi Havas DNA. But the good thing about this is not as sweet or as bubblegummy sweet as Havas, and it's a bit more on the spicier and fresher side of things, but you will get the same DNA, which makes it super versatile. If you're applying it during the daytime, if you're applying it during the night time, it will not be a problem. And even if the temperature is very, very, very high, I will say don't wear this. But in case the temperature is not that high, you can go for this as well, which might not be the case for the rest of the two that I discussed. Also, pricing wise, this is only 600 milliliter for 100 ml, but the blend quality is way better than Wildstone Edge. That is the reason I feel if you have the budget to spend another few hundred rupees, go for this. Even though you can get a 30 milliliter bottle of this one, still you will not go wrong, and this will come at a cheaper price for you as well. So Man of the Year Premium from French Factor is another recommendation if you want to go to the Rasasi Havas DNA. Now, another DNA that I want to talk about is very popular, which is Azzaro's Most Wanted. I am holding a decan that I got from Sentira for Azzaro's Most Wanted. I mean, this is really an awesome option for evening time dates, and I feel that you will not go wrong with this perfume. If you're above 25, if you're below 25, doesn't really matter. This DNA just works. And if you can afford the OG, which is the Azzaro Most Wanted, you can definitely go for it. In case you can't go for it, I have got two options for you, which are basically these two. Let me talk about the first one, okay? This is Perfumes Outlaw, okay? And during our blind test, we did one blind test for Azzaro Most Wanted clones, right? This came out to be the second. And this sells for only $12.99 for a 100 milliliter bottle, but there are smaller bottles available, like this 20 ml one only costs 399 rupees. This is an incredible DNA, and this perfume Outlaw is a really good replication of the Azzaro's Most Wanted DNA. This is not a 100% clone. This is not a one-to-one clone, but it gets into that same DNA. It's around 70% to 75% over there, and the smell structure is really nice. And the best part about this Perfumes Outlaw is this is not that harsh. I mean, in some of the clones that we have tested, the opening note is pretty harsh, but this one doesn't have that harshness. The blend quality is good. You will get some harshness, but that settles within the first 10-15 seconds or maybe 20 seconds. Then it becomes a really good perfume. Longevity wise, this is around 5 to 6 hours easily on the clothes. Projection is decent as well. And I feel if you can spend around that 1200 rupees for 100 milliliter, you can go for this. And this is also available in smaller bottles. What if you want something more premium? Then you can go for this one. This is Intense Wayfarer from Pandora Sense. This is also in that same Azzaro Most Wanted DNA. Now, this perfume particularly is one of my favorites due to two reasons. One, this smells exactly, I mean, almost like Most Wanted EDP, but it sits right between EDP and Parfum. So if anybody wants to try something which smells like Parfum, you can go for this one as well. That is the reason this makes the perfume really versatile. The pricing is only 1400 to 1500 rupees. I got mine from Fragstock India, and this is a really good blend. The perfume is not at all harsh in the opening. The projection is around 1 to 1.5 hours. The longevity is around 6 to 8 hours on the clothes, making it a really good choice. And in case you want to get that Azzaro Most Wanted DNA, but you don't want to spend a lot of money, just get this one. This came out to be the winner in the blind test that we did for the clones of Azzaro Most Wanted. In case you haven't watched that video, you can check that out. But if you want that DNA, get this one or get Perfumes Outlaw. You can't go wrong with that too. Okay, now there is another DNA which is really popular around dates and special occasions like that. That is Dior Sauvage Elixir. I don't think that you should go for a full bottle or the OG bottle, which is around 13,500 for a 60 ml bottle if you're getting it from Sephora or something like that. So in case you want that DNA, but you don't want to spend that hefty amount, I have got two options for you. One is under the budget of only 750 rupees, which is Bergamot Butte Tux. Okay, this is a 30 ml bottle, but you will get a 100 milliliter for around 750 rupees and under 1000 rupees. This came out to be the winner for the Dior Sauvage Elixir clones for the blind test that we did recently. And if you can spend like 750 rupees for a 100 milliliter, you can go for the full bottle. In case you don't want to, for around 250 to 220 rupees, you can get the smaller bottle as well. And this will do the trick nicely for you. Because this perfume, according to me, encapsulates around 70 to 75% of the Dior Sauvage Elixir DNA. And the projection is around 1 hour properly. Longevity is around 4 to 5 hours in the clothes. And I believe this is a really good choice for the evening dates. Don't apply it during the daytime because it might make you feel uncomfortable because it has got a lot of spices. And I don't think this goes well during the high heat setup. But if you're going into a date which is in the evening or you have a cold temperature outside, this can be a really good choice. Now, in case you can spend like 1600 rupees, then this is a decant of Asad, but you can get the full bottle, which is Latafa's Asad. That came out to be the winner for the blind test for the most accurate clone of Dior Sauvage Elixir. And trust me, this smells really sexy. In the evening, if you want something that smells like Dior Sauvage Elixir, you should not look anywhere else and just get the Asad, okay? The opening is also not that harsh. The opening is good actually. Longevity wise, 7 to 8 hours easily on the clothes. And the projection is around 1 to 1.5 hours properly, which makes it really, really versatile. And for me, these two perfumes encapsulates the Dior Sauvage Elixir DNA so good that I might never go for the OG. And I think these are going to be really good for the dates. Now I have got two more perfumes that I think can be a really good option for you for the Valentine's date, which according to me are a bit unconventional, but might be suitable for you depending on the situation that you're in. The first perfume is Follow Me Perfumes Bleu de Chanel. Why I have included that? Because what if you stay in a place where the temperature is very high heat? It's not cold and only thing that you're getting is hot temperature, even during the night. In that setup, I don't think the perfumes that I've discussed might go well. In that case, I think Follow Me Perfumes Bleu de Chanel can work properly for you. In case you can go for the Bleu de Chanel OG, go ahead and do that. That costs around 18,000 rupees for 100 milliliter. In case you have that money to spend, go ahead and buy that. In case you don't, get the Follow Me Perfumes Bleu de Chanel because this kind of replicates the Bleu de Chanel DNA almost 80 to 85% in the dry down. The opening is not close to Bleu de Chanel, but the dry down is really, really close, around 80 to 85%, which makes it a very super versatile DNA because the smell structure of Bleu de Chanel is top notch, okay? And this Follow Me Perfumes Bleu de Chanel kind of encapsulates that pretty well. This is a 60 ml bottle. They sell it for around 700 to 750 rupees. And for that pricing, I think it's worth it. So this is one of my recommendation that you can wear for the Valentine's Day. Now, the last perfume that I have on my list is a bit different. This is for somebody who has a date in the evening, wants to smell super nice and premium, wants something which is kind of really, really long lasting, projects properly without irritating anybody, and should not be those conventional DNA that we talked about. This is Hassan Oud's Luxe Oud. This perfume smells top notch. It has got a hint of leather. It has got Cambodian oud, which is a very smooth, sweet oud. It has got a lot of amber, and this just smells royal, okay? This smells a bit rich. And to be honest with you, this is one of my favorite perfumes that I can apply during a bit of a moderate to cold temperature during the evening. This projects really well, 1 to 1.5 hours easily. Even on the second hour, people can get whiffs from you. Longevity is like nuclear. Next day from the clothes, you will get whiffs of this perfume. This is so potent. And since the perfume is so potent, you just need to apply 4 to 5 sprays max and you're done for the day. Also, because this is a very high quality perfume, it will not feel harsh or cheap by any means. And the pricing is on the higher side. I know 2400 for a 50 milliliter might seem a bit expensive, but in case you have the money to spend, I think Lux Oud can be a really good option for you during the dates in the evening, not in the daytime. Okay. Now, these were my recommendation for the perfumes that I feel you can wear during the date that you have on your Valentine's Day. Now I want to talk about the perfumes that you can gift your partner for the Valentine's Day. Basically what I did was I kind of distributed or divided the perfumes across different budgets. So let me start off with the cheapest and then I will move on to the highest budget, okay? So in case you don't want to spend a lot of money but want to gift something which smells nice and the other person will appreciate as well, I think you can't go wrong with this two offering from Studio West, which is West Side's brand. And let me talk about the perfumes individually. This is Studio West number 1. This sells for around 195 rupees only. According to Reddit and internet, this smells like Gucci Flora. I don't know because I haven't smelled Gucci Flora, but as a perfume, it really smells nice. If I have to talk about the notes, it has got mandarin, peony, rose, pepper, sandalwood and vanilla. So basically it's a woody, floral and creamy perfume. And I basically love the way this smells on Chandrima, my wife. And the only caveat to this perfume is the longevity, because this is only selling for like 195. So the longevity there were some compromises made, and this time with this perfume, the compromisation was made on the longevity of the perfume. Opening might feel a bit harsh, maybe for the first 30 seconds, but then it becomes really smooth. And for 195 rupees, I think this is a really good option. The second perfume coming from the same house, which is West Side Studio West, is Bali. Now this perfume, according to internet, smells like Bleu de Chanel. While I do agree with that thought, but I don't think this is an exact one-to-one clone. This kind of has some resemblance to the Bleu de Chanel DNA, but not exactly. Okay. Now, if I have to talk about the perfume notes, this is kind of a spicy and floral perfume, and at the base it has got incense and musk. And I really love the smell structure of this two perfume. For the price that they come at, 195 rupees, you can't go wrong with this. I think this is a 25 milliliter bottle. I'll have to check. Yeah, this is a 25 milliliter bottle. So these two perfumes are 25 milliliter in quantity, selling at only 195. Because of the brand, this is not a cheap brand. So if you're gifting it to somebody, they will not say that you have gifted them something which is, from not a reputed brand. They will feel happy about it. And at the same time, they will smell nice as well. So Studio West number 1 and Bali are my first two recommendation under the budget of around 300 rupees. Now, if you can up your budget by only 100 rupees, say 400 rupees, I think Olga Perfumes Nashwa can be a really good option for you as a gift. But there are some conditions before gifting this to somebody. One, the person needs to like sweet perfumes, because Nashwa is their take on Baccarat Rouge 540, which is a very sweet perfume, and this kind of has that same DNA. It has got a caramel-like, burnt sugar-like smell along with jasmine and saffron. And from the house of Olga, this is one of their better offerings. And by the way, this perfume, unlike the others, lasts for a really good amount of time, like 6 to 8 hours. Easily this will last on your clothes. And during the colder days, the longevity of this perfume stretches to like 9 or 10 hours when applied on the clothes. Projection wise, this projects properly for the first 1 hour. But the only caveat to this perfume is this is a super sweet perfume because of the DNA that it tries to replicate. Other than that, I don't see any problem with the perfume. But yes, this is a very, 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 very sweet perfume. And for 400 rupees, if you're looking for that BR 540 like smell, then you can easily gift Nashwa to your partner and they will be super happy. Okay, so that's Olga Perfumes Nashwa. Now, what if you can up your budget by another 200 rupees, going into the territory of like 600 to 650 rupees? In that case, I will not recommend one perfume, not two perfume, but 4 perfumes from the house of Wow Science. Okay, now Wow is a reputed brand in India, and this is their gifting set, which has got 4 perfumes. And each of them are like 20 ml bottles, which looks like this. This is Beach Run. They have one which is Arabian Nights, another one is Tanjore Twilight, and my favorite is Darjeeling Dew. Now these are mostly different perfumes. Like Darjeeling Dew is mostly on the rose side of things. Tanjore Twilight is mostly other florals. Beach Walk is kind of their marine perfume or blue category perfume. And Arabian Nights is their kind of oud saffron based perfume, which has a Middle Eastern twist to it. And honestly, I really liked each and every one of the perfumes, and the blend quality is not harsh. The opening is good. The only problem is the longevity of the perfumes, like 3 to 3.5 hours, max 4 hours they are gonna stay on the clothes. But when you're spending only 650 rupees and you're getting like 4 perfumes, that too for 20 ml, I don't think you should be complaining. The good side about this perfume is it comes in a packaging like this, which makes it look even more premium. So if you're thinking about gifting somebody and has the budget of only 650 rupees and you want to gift a perfume to somebody, this perfume gift box is a really good option. What if now you can increase your budget a bit more, maybe 1000 to 1300? In that case, you can go for this one. This is Nisai Ruhe. I have included this perfume is because of the packaging. Like, this comes in this premium box like this. And the best part about the perfume is the bottle. This is Nisai Ruhe. This looks like an apple and this is the perfume, okay? I felt the presentation of this perfume was top notch. This is a 100 ml bottle selling for only around 1200 to 1300 rupees, which might feel a lot. But when you consider the smell, like, the atomizer is not bad. It's not a controlled or pressurized atomizer, but it gets the job done pretty well. And it kind of throws small mists out there. Let me show you. I kind of like the smell structure of this perfume because this is not your typical floral perfume. This has got I get fruity notes from it along with some lemony notes. And then at the base, it has got some vanillic or sweet nature to it, making it a very creamy, floral, fruity perfume to me. And I think this DNA is something that a lot of females would prefer on them. One more thing that I forgot to mention is it has got a very subtle hint of sandalwood, and that in the base along with the floral, fruity and creamy notes make this like a little bit more premium than the others that I talked about over here. Now, I wish this perfume was available for around 1000 rupees because that would have been the perfect price for this perfume. But even at 1200, I don't think this is a bad option because this entire presentation, the packaging and everything kind of adds a bit of more value, and when you're gifting it to somebody, that kinds of adds on to it. Okay, now I have got one more perfume in that similar price range, which is Chandrima's favorite, which comes from the house of Uff Perfumes. Okay, this perfume is called Oceanic, which is Uff Perfumes recreation of Acqua di Gio. And honestly, this is not 100% recreation. I felt that they tried to make the perfume smell like Acqua di Gio, but ended up making it smell like something which I now like more than Acqua di Gio. Okay, because let me talk about the atomizer first. There's no complaints. And the smell is really good. Okay, the reason I like this perfume, let me tell you. This has got a very strong floral and citrus note coming out together at the same time. Now, the OG Acqua di Gio had a hint of sweetness to it. This doesn't. And somehow me and Chandrima both kind of like a bit non-sweet perfumes. So we leaned more towards this, which is Oceanic, than Acqua di Gio, the OG. This perfume sells for around like $12.99 for a 100 milliliter bottle, but they have got other bottles as well, like a smaller bottle of 20 ml, which is selling for $3.99 or something. But this is something that we loved, and that is the reason we are recommending you. Don't get this if you think that this is something that smells exactly like Acqua di Gio, but get this in case you like that DNA, but you wanted something different which smells a bit different. And I feel that Uff Perfume should not call this inspired version of Acqua di Gio. I think they should call something like a private line of their perfumes that's falling under the fresh category of perfumes, and this is completely unisex. So this is Oceanic from Uff Perfumes, which I personally loved, and that is the reason I'm recommending you. Now, what if you have a bit more budget and you can spend around that mark of like 2000 rupees? Then I would say go for this one. This is like an overkill of presentation. Okay, this is Nusuk's Fawa, which comes in a box like this. I feel that whenever you're gifting somebody, the box alone would impress. Okay, and the perfume sits nicely inside, which looks like this. The perfume looks pretty posh according to me. Okay, the box was amazing. The perfume is heavy. The presentation is kind of very premium, and the atomizer is awesome as well. Now regarding the smell of Nusuk Fawa, the opening has got lemon zest in it. It has got some lavender. I have written down the notes, let me tell you, because I get confused by the notes, okay? The heart note has got a bit of apple, which I can feel at the top note as well. It has got lavender and some earthy notes, and at the base it has got vanilla, which I can vouch for. This is a very vanillic, lavenderish, apple based perfume, and the top note has got a bit of sweetness to it, and that is the reason I personally don't like it. This also falls under the unisex category. In case you like something fruity and vanillic, you can go for this. In case your partner likes it, you can gift her this. But this is a really good option for 2000 rupees for gifting as well as keeping purposes. Longevity wise, this stays around like 6 to 7 hours easily on the clothes. The projection is on the softer side, but for maybe 45 minutes to 1 hour, this will project properly. But don't expect more than that from this perfume, because this is the max that it can perform, and I don't have a problem with that. I don't know if I talked about the longevity of this perfume, which is Nisai Ruhe. In case I haven't, let me tell you about the longevity of this perfume. On the clothes, it stays for around 6 to 8 hours easily, and the projection is 1 hour easily when applied on the clothes. In case I have missed out on Nisai Ruhe, I do need to point that out. Now, the last perfume that I have got for you is something, if you can spend 2500 rupees to 3100 rupees and you want the best perfume that you can gift your partner. Let me open up the notes, because the notes of this perfume is really like extensive. This is Tommy Girl. One of the best perfumes that I have smelled on Chandrima, my wife. That has to be this. Because let me tell you the notes, because it's an extensive list of notes. But after I tell you the notes, I need to tell you something more about this perfume, okay? It has got apple tree blossom, mandarin orange, camellia, blackcurrant, lemon, honeysuckle, grapefruit, rose, lily, mint, vetiver, magnolia, jasmine, cedarwood, sandalwood, and leather. Too many notes, right? And when you smell the perfume, you can't individually point out like, I smell this, I smell that. No, it doesn't happen with this perfume, but the blend is so exquisite. Like the amalgamation of all the notes together, that creates this awesome perfume smell structure that I haven't smelled in any other perfume. I can't say this is fruity. I can't really say this is a woody perfume, but a combination of all of them together into one. The projection from this perfume is superb, like 1 to 1.5 hours, this kind of projects properly. Everybody around you will be able to feel it, but will not be offended by the smell. The longevity of this perfume is 6 to 7 hours when applied on the clothes. I have got whiff next day from the clothes as well. But if I have to give a realistic longevity for this perfume, I would say 6 to 7 hours easily you can expect from this perfume to perform. And according to me, right now I just checked Myntra as and when I'm recording this video. This is selling for only 2500 for a 50 ml. And for that price, you can't go wrong with this perfume, because not only are you getting the branding of Tommy Hilfiger, but you are getting this exquisite perfume smell along with it. So in case you have the budget to spend around 2000 rupees to 3000 rupees, just get this one and forget everything else that I've talked about regarding gifting. This is the best in that price range. So with that, I believe that I have completed all the perfumes that I sat with today to review, to recommend, and I hope the Valentine's Day goes well for you. Please get back to me in case you have gifted any one of these perfumes, or if you are wearing these perfumes on your Valentine's Day, and do come back into the comment section and let me know how it went. So with that, I end this video. This is Deep signing off. I will see you on the next one very soon. Bye-bye.